Hello again. I just wanted to start off by saying sorry for the abrupt ending on yesterday's video. I got into a bit of a pickle at the end of the day, which meant that I really wanted to go home. I hadn't been feeling too great towards the end of the show. I started to feel really tired. My back was really hurting, and it was quite cold yesterday as well, actually, and the rain was on and off. So what had happened is I did say that the show was mainly Portaloos, which it was. There was Portaloos everywhere. But luckily, me and Sophie, we went up to where the tea rooms were, and there was some nicer toilets in there, but it did say only for customers only. But I've just learned that, look, at the end of the day, I've got, a health condition. No one can stop me from using the toilet. So we went in there and they only had one gentleman's toilet and one lady's toilet. So obviously we queued, which was fine, no problems whatsoever. Went back, me and Sophie then had lunch and we sat in the mini for a little while, playing some games. And as time sort of went on, maybe an hour or so went by after food, my bag started to get really itchy. And if I haven't said already, I've gone back to testing a Coloplast one. It's I believe it's called the concave, which is almost like a little starfish. It's supposed to help with people with hernias and uneven skin. So I've been testing this one out, and when I last tested it, I don't think I was quite big enough, so it just pretty much fell off. So I didn't get on too well with it. So this time I've tried it again, and I tried it the other day. And it did leak and it did come off. And I think that might have been because I had a adhesive ring on as well. And because it's not a convex one, I think my stoma probably wasn't protruding enough for it. But on this occasion, I did have a stoma ring on again. So we went to the toilet again, and I thought, it's really itchy. I just thought maybe it's because it's a new one. Went into the toilet, was queuing for ages, to the point that some of the ladies was using the gents, and I didn't want to use the gentleman's toilet, so Sophie went to the toilet first, and then I went in. So I went in and I looked, and it hadn't escaped as such. It had got to the point of where I could see around the base plate that it had started to leak quite bad. So I quickly put clothes back on, and I just told Sophie to come in with me because I thought I'm going to be a little while. Luckily, I had my little safety bag with me, so I had a little pack which has everything that I would need for a stoma change. So I had that with me, which was quite lucky. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to start changing my bag. So bless Sophie, she held my disposable bag out so I could put everything in it, because there was nowhere I could actually put things on. So I just had to work with what I had. And as I was changing, obviously it kept splatting out, so I kept using the tissue roll. And Sophie was just really good. She was like, "Oh, mummy, for goodness sake." So what had happened is, obviously my adhesive ring probably didn't help as well, because obviously it didn't push the stoma out far enough. But my stool was quite hard, and I think it's because obviously I'm taking iron tablets through pregnancy, that it had caked quite hard, and I think it had just pushed itself underneath the bag, and it was just pushing and pushing and pushing. Unfortunately, that made my skin really sore, and I've had this before and I don't know why, and it just seems to be this bag in particular. I've got another one on today. I thought I'm gonna try it without an adhesive ring. So throughout the night it's been fine. It has been so itchy. I have said before I suffer with eczema, so I have put a little bit of my hydrocortisone cream around the outside of where I can actually get it to, so it doesn't affect it not sticking, because if I put it on my skin before I put my bag on, the bag just will not stick to my skin. I do like these bags. They are nice, as in the material's quite nice, it's very durable. I do find them quite noisy and rustly. The other thing is the ends. I really struggle with them because you try and flip them over to wipe them, but it just carries on coming out and you can't open it without it getting everywhere. I have said it before, I'm so used to my Hollister bag. It is so simple. You open it, you wipe it, you're done. Whereas this one, because they have the extra flap on the end, it just makes it that little bit more difficult. I've always wanted to use Coloplast bags because I thought they looked the nicest, they seemed the nicest, but their flanges are quite stiff and rough to use. So I wanted to try this concave one, and my stoma nurses really thought that I'd get on well with it. And I have said before, when I tried it previously, I didn't get on, and she was really gutted that it just didn't work for me. I also must say, I really struggled to get these samples because these ones in particular, they only really give them for hernia patients. So when I spoke to the Coloplast rep and I explained, the reason why I have leakages is because my stoma is quite close to my belly button, and I find it really difficult to find bags to mould inside to my belly button and just the rest of my belly in general. And he was like, but it's for hernias, you can't use it. And he was making all these excuses for me to not be able to have a sample. And I said, but actually they might really work for me. And I said, I don't know until I try them. And in the end, he sent me some Censura Mios, which I said to him in particular, I don't get on with them because the flange plate is so tough. It literally, it will unseal straight away. It will never stick. So after phone calls, I finally got the samples, and I just didn't get what the issue was with actually giving me a sample. Unfortunately, that is why I didn't finish the video properly yesterday, because I was just exhausted. I was really annoyed that, you know, my bag had leaked, and I think you get like that sometimes. It does get you down when you have a leakage, because I don't normally have them all the time. Now I'm sort of feel like I'm going through it all over again because I'm trialing all these different bags out. But hopefully after trying out a few of them, I'll get to the right bag that I'll actually feel comfortable in, because I'm always going to feel on edge that I'm going to go out and I'm going to have another leak. And that is the worst feeling to have when you have a bag, because it's not just leaking, it can either be the smell, it can be the fact you've ruined your clothes, and you just feel on edge all the time, and you constantly run into the toilet because you think, oh, I've leaked, or there's an itch, that must be a leakage. And it's just a horrible feeling, and it really does get me down sometimes. Even though I've had my stoma for over 6 years now, I still have bad days, and you just learn to get on with it, and you learn to take extra supplies and take things with you that you might just need. Alright, so I'll show you what the bag looks like. So this is my maternity culottes, and this is my Coloplast bag that I'm using. Like I said before, I think it's called the concave. I could be wrong. If you look, if I can try and show you the base plate, it's almost like a starfish. Goes around there as well. So you can see I have a little bit of skin irritation. I don't know what it is about the jelly material. My skin doesn't seem to like it very much. Obviously it's got a little window, which I won't show you in there. It has the nice little roll up bit at the bottom. So like I say, I can use the tabs to roll it up. So I can have it there, or I can tuck it under here and I can have it a bit smaller. But as obviously I'm pregnant and I want a bit more room, the bigger size isn't so bad. So that's what it looks like. It's not too bad. I don't know if you can see, but I'm starting to unstick here. And this is the problem I have. Because of my belly button, even though it's flatter, my bags just don't seem to like to sit here. And this is where I get most of my leakages. So it's starting to unstick there already. And this is where I saw all the feces come through for where the leak is. But obviously it stopped it from actually going onto my clothes, which was brilliant. So I'm getting on okay with this one. This one's just a one piece. I do struggle with one pieces just to try and see where my stoma is to stick it on. And obviously because I've got a belly, I do find it difficult to see what I'm doing. So that's what it looks like. Compared to my Hollister, it sits a lot more flusher against the skin. So that's my bag and my bump. So that's the Coloplast one I'm currently testing out at the moment. That is how I've got on so far. So I've already had a leakage. It sticks okay, but obviously apart from the leakage and thing, everything else is all right. I will try and insert some pictures of what happened when I tried the Sincera Mios. Like I said, the base plates are quite tough. So I've got a picture of where the bag has literally come off my belly, and it literally looks like a hole going straight through to the stoma because it just will not stick. So I'll try and insert a little picture now. So I'll let you know how I get on with testing this bag, and at some point I'll also show you all the different ones that they sent me as well. Hi guys, I just thought I'd let you know that I've literally just gone to Asda and done a bit of a shop, and I thought I felt a bit itchy, so I get in my car, I'm quickly rushing, and then I actually get in my car and I thought I'll quickly have a look at the base plate again, because I thought maybe that's what happened yesterday, it's happening again today, and it has. I'm quite annoyed because I had just literally had to rush home in my car because I'd used my spare pack yesterday. I've got nothing on me, so I've literally had to rush home. Quickly now gonna figure out what bag I'm gonna try next, and I think I'm gonna be done with the concave now because it is just not working. I will also show you, I think I have one more sample left. I will show you what it actually looks like properly before I cut it and use it. But I'm now just going to figure out what other bag I'm now about to use. Now in my little setup in my bathroom, I'm just letting my stoma air because it's so itchy after that leak. You'll have to excuse all the tiles behind me. We are actually in the middle of having all our bathroom renovated, so there's some walls missing. Really shocked at this Coloplast leakage again. Like I said, I definitely won't be using that bag. My stoma nurse will be extremely gutted that it's not working. I honestly can't understand why it's making me leak, because I didn't have an actual stoma ring on, which I'll quickly show you which one I use. It's the moldable rings. It's just one of these. I feel a lot safer with these because my skin is so sensitive. I also use skin barrier wipes as well, but for some reason it just didn't like that one. So I think I'm giving up. Also, I don't know if anyone might have the same delivery company as me. I use Bullen Healthcare for delivering all my ostomy products. They've recently changed their dry wipes. They used to have quite thick ones and they weren't too bad, but they've changed them to these things, and they're really bitty. Like, they let off so much fluff, and I'm really struggling to get on with them because literally I'm covered in white fluff now, and when I'm obviously wiping my belly, the white fluff just gets everywhere. And I have told them, and I've told the delivery company, look, I'm really struggling, the fact you've changed the new ones, and apparently they're getting loads of like feedback from it anyway, so which is good. I would choose this salts bag. I've already cut it. Normally I am 24 millimeters, but I've actually stretched up to nearly 29. So I've cut it just under 30. As you can see, it's slightly convex, so hopefully that will stop any of the leaking. I have tried these already. And I did say that I don't like the size of it because I think it's a bit bigger than what I'm used to, and I don't know if you can hear, but it's so much more rustly than what I'm used to. So I now have my salts bag on. It didn't stick very well for a minute. It just looks like that. See, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a bit bigger than what I have worn. And it's just rustly. It wasn't sticking on the top here, all these little sections. And when I actually first used this one, it really irritated me, so I'm hoping that this will just at least get me by for the next day or so, because the Coloplast ones didn't even last a day. I also thought I'd just quickly show you some of the samples that they have actually sent and how they've sent them. In this box I've got this Coloplast one. They come in these little packages, and they've got all the leaflets that go with them to explain what they are. So there we go, that's the concave ostomy bag 1 piece, which is what I just used. And this is what it looks like. It's obviously all not rolled up, so that's what the end looks like, little tabs. And this is the actual base plate. So if you could see, if I just try and twist it a little bit, you can see that it molds. It's a bit more bendable as such. So if you see, sort of caves in, but for some reason that still made me leak. So that's the concave one. I've got these ones. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me being a bit breathless. I can't walk anywhere at the moment without not being able to breathe properly. So these are the 2-piece ones. So these are the ones with the clip in. So I think it has the same principle of it being able to mould, but it's the clip on, so you still have this, and then obviously you have the bag. So all you do is you push that in, or you put the flange on and you attach the bag on, and then you clip that in, and then that should all seal. So that's that 2-piece one. And I got sent quite a couple of them, and same again, I got some leaflets and a few different samples in there. This is the Mio one, which is the one I could never get on with. So this one is the sticky 2-piece. It's not a clip-on one, it's a sticky one. You literally, on the bag, you've got this bit, so you peel that off, and then it just sticks right on there, and that's your bag. All the bags are the same. It literally is just all the base plates are different. So with this one, I don't know if I can really show you, but this one's obviously convex, which is what I sort of need. Even though my stoma protrudes quite nicely, I still seem to need to use it. But I don't know if you can tell, it's really like stiff jelly. It's really stiff. So I find that really difficult for it to sit on me properly. And I think with it even being convex, it makes it even more difficult. So there's that one. They've also sent me the 1-piece, but same again, I can't really wear them because of the plates. They're just too stiff for me, and I'm really gutted because, you know, they are a nice bag, but they're just not for me. So I also have these salts ones. I got a little booklet of all the different things, all the different colours and styles and so on. These are different ones. This is a different one to what I'm wearing, but when I saw them online, I thought, my god, that is tiny, and it looks so lovely, the fact that you can have these different colour fabrics. This is what they are, all unrolled, and the ends are like that. So there's a little tab. Nice. I think it's just a lovely colour, and the fact that you can have it, it looks very posh. The base plates are very flat. If I remember rightly, I did leak again with these, but I will try it again. The issue I have, because I need convex, nothing seems to stick to me properly. So this just doesn't work, because I also need to have my stoma ring on as well. But I will try these again, hoping that I don't have a leak, because it's going to get a bit annoying. I forgot to mention that this was the Pelican one that they gave me with the vitamin E in the flange. This is like a nice foamy base, convex again, nice little bag. So I'll probably try that one again after I've used this salts one. I do like this one because it's smaller. I probably prefer this one more over the salts one, but the issue was, even with this vitamin E in it, it still seemed to irritate my skin. But like I say, I'll give it another go and I'll show you how I get on. There's some of the samples that I got sent. I just also want to say that I really like Coloplast's little bags that they send everything in. Obviously I don't get on with the Coloplast bags, but I'm going to keep these. I actually use, because I got some little ones, which just the flanges came in, because obviously if you've got the bags, they come in a bit bigger ones. So these little ones, as you can see, I just put all my essentials in there, and it fits so nicely and thin in my handbag. And obviously because I've just used my spare one, I've now going to set another one so I can put in my bag, because if I go out, I'm not going to have anything with me. I'll take this and put it in my handbag. The only thing I can't take with me is an adhesive remover spray, which is what I normally use. But because obviously it's quite bulky, I just leave it, and I normally just use a lot of wet wipes instead. But I think that's lovely and thin, and I think that's brilliant. And I put all my bits in there, which is my Hollister one, just as my backup. Hello everyone, I'm at the Mallory Park circuit. My partner got a birthday present to have track days and all these supercars. The weather was nice, but now it's gone really cloudy. He's just gone in a really cool Lambo, and I'm so gutted because I wish I could go in one, but I can't because I'm 7 months pregnant. And there's a joyride right at the end where I could have gone in for free, but now I can't. So maybe another time. So I'm going to put some footage in of some of the cars. It took us 3.5 hours to get here because it's so far from where we live. But we made it, and we've just got another 3.5 hour journey on the way home when we're done.